Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Small Town Murder Express.
Yay and choo-choo.
Oh, yay indeed, Jimmy. Yay indeed. My name is James Petrogallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmy Wisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another crazy edition of Small Town Murder Express. All aboard the murder train.
Yeah.
Leaving the station. We got a wild one for you. It's West Virginia today, so that's all I have to say. We're going to West Virginia, and you go, oh, it's going to be a good one. We all know that. So can't wait to get into that. Before we do, very quickly, head over to shutupandgivememurder.com for all of your merchandise needs and everything like that. No tickets to buy at the moment in time. None. Virtual live shows over. Our 2 shows left this year are sold out. We are announcing our whole new slate of 2026 live shows very soon. Those will be available to purchase in December, so keep an eye out there. Shutupandgivememurder.com. You should also listen to our other 2 shows, Crime in Sports and Your Stupid Opinions, which are hilarious. You don't need to like sports for the Crime in Sports, and I'm telling you, Your Stupid Opinions is just as funny as it gets. Just the reviews of everything, they're amazing. And if you like the Patreon we just did, we have a review on the next Your Stupid Opinions of that Winchester Mystery House, so that'll be fun too. We're going to get into that. Also, get yourself Patreon. It is worth it. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports. All you have to do is be $5 a month or above, and you get everything we could possibly give you. You're going to get immediately upon subscription hundreds of bonus episodes you've never heard before. Immediately you can listen to. Then new ones every other week, one Crime in Sports, one Small Town Murder, and you get all of that. This week for Crime in Sports, we're going to get into part 2 of team relocations and the pain they've caused. It's hilarious how angry people are. And then for Small Town Murder, we're going to talk about the American prison system, where it started and where it is now, where it started in a completely different place than it is now. And we'll talk about the progression of all of that. Lots of fun stuff there. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports. And you get all the shows, Crime in Sports, Your Stupid Opinions, and Small Town Murder, all ad-free with your Patreon subscription. And you get a shout-out at the end of the regular show. You can't beat it. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports. So do that right now and get in there and hang out with us. That said, I think it's time, everybody, to sit back.
Here we go.
Let's all clear the lungs. What do you say here? And let's all shout, "Shut up and give me murder." Let's do this, everybody.
All right.
Let's go on a trip, shall we?
Yeah.
We're going to West Virginia.
All right.
Again, oh boy. We're going to Lashmeet, West Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
Lashmeet. L-A-S-H, Lash, and M-E-E-T. So it's not like the meat of a lash. It's different. We're going to meet up here. Lashmeet, West Virginia. It's in pretty much extreme southern West Virginia there. Way down. It's not very far from Parisburg, where we did that crazy Appalachian Trail Killer episode in Virginia. So it's up in the hills. I mean, this is the hollers, man. There is nothing around here.
Yeah.
The whole county has like 11,000 people in it. It's crazy. This place is very small. It's about an hour 50 to Roanoke, Virginia. That's the closest kind of big town here, big city. And about 3 hours to Parkersburg, West Virginia. Our last West Virginia episode 605, the serial butcher killer. That was a bad guy. He was the guy who was leaving heads displayed certain ways for the cops to find and stuff like that. Very weird guy. This is in Mercer County. Area code 304 and 681. That's all of West Virginia is just a mix of those 2 area codes. Median population here is 599 in this town. It has just gone down over the ever since the coal mines dried up in a lot of these places. These counties, their populations are just sinking. Median household income here is about $40,271 a year. The median home cost here, $65,700. That is insanity.
Incredibly affordable.
Insanity. You can almost, with your normal household income, you can almost buy a house after 1 year. That's wild. A little bit of history of this town here. The county itself was named for Revolutionary War General Hugh Mercer.
Oh.
Yes. And also in this county, Princeton is the county seat, which was named for the Battle of Princeton, New Jersey, where General Mercer died.
Oh,
that's why. Yeah, they're connected. This guy is real important around here. Everything is connected
Mercer.
to that.
Yeah.
Everything. All the people here when they first came around this area were farmers, and they're growing corn and oats and wheat and things like that. And it's basically severe isolation. This county is in the middle of nowhere. This town is in the middle of nowhere. So this was a very self-sustaining little economy they had going on here. There's not a lot of outsiders coming in, not a lot of them going out. So they had their own salt work and their own tannery and grist mill and foundry. They made everything themselves there. The first mine opened, and that's when the population exploded and things like that. It opened on Mill Creek in 1884, and soon coal operators from other states, people with money, capital, started seeing that, oh, man, we can go there, extract everything from the ground, use these people like worker ants, and bury them beneath the coal dust when we're done. And that's what they did. They started coming in and just absolutely sucking every last bit of resources out of the ground that they could. Now, Lashmeet was likely named after a family that was here called the Lashmeet, or they might have been the Lashmut family. We're not sure.
Oh, nice.
Lashmeet sounds better, I think. And it developed just because of coal mining. Early 20th century, coal mining started happening around here, and a town sprung up. There's one review of this town that exists on Earth. There's only 599 people. Just one review. It's 2 stars, and it says, quote, "There aren't many nice places around, and you don't have many attractions other than the churches and gas stations, which aren't known normally as attractions. If you look up things to do and, the Exxon station pops up, you're in a really boring place.
Head on over to Sheets.
Yeah, you can do it. The houses aren't the greatest, but they are livable."
That's not good.
This does not sound wonderful, man. This sounds depressing.
You got a house that's barely livable, and you spend your nights at AM/PM.
Or church, one of the two. Well, the days at church, the nights at the gas station, it's really a packed schedule in here.
Wow.
Things to do here. Not a lot, put it that way. I found the Mercer County Fair.
Oh.
Now, the Mercer County Fair has been a big deal to the Mercer residents since its first inception, since it was first came in 1853.
Yeah.
So this is an old fair. We're talking 172-year-old fair.
And it's still going.
Still going in July. It's literally all there is to do here. And for years and years, everybody would mine coal and do all this shit, and then this would be the one thing to do is the county fair would come around. Wow. And they say, we are a small county with only 15,000 residents. The whole county. That is
nothing.
Insane. There's apartment buildings in Manhattan with 15,000 people. I feel like that's wild. Yet over 11,000 visit our fairgrounds each summer. So and I don't think there's a lot of people coming from the outside to go to the Mercer County Fair. I feel like 85% of this county goes to the Mercer County Fair.
Yeah.
I really do. Our exhibitions are from livestock to hobbies, antiques, photography to culinary arts, flowers and vegetables. Also, a large number of our people this is what it says on their site. Yeah. This allows a large number of our people to enter the competitions, meaning all the competitions for flowers, vegetables, photos.
Right.
I don't know how you have an antique competition. That's a weird...
Whose shit's the old?
I don't know. His shit's a little older than your shit. I'm sorry. Yeah. We're going to have to give it to him. There's also a pageant, of course.
Nice.
These fucking hill people, they love pageants.
Let's judge each other's looks.
Let's line our little girls up and judge their looks now. Now we got to...
Gotta get them young while they still got all their teeth.
Well, we got to find out who's going to be the local newscaster, the local anchor woman, because every 30 years we replace one of them, and she sits in there. They say this is the Queen pageant they have. And they say there's 3 divisions of the Mercer County Fair pageant that allow young ladies of Mercer County to gain poise and confidence in themselves. By participating in the pageant, they also have the opportunity to make new friends and have a lot of fun. You get new friends, like they're not stabbing each other in the back, these pageant girls. Please.
Have a lot of fun.
I'm hiding your Vaseline so you can't put it on your teeth and smile. Sorry.
What's the fun?
I don't know. Being judged by adults. They have the Little Miss division, the Junior Miss division, and then the Queen division, which I assume is adults.
Yeah.
I hope, anyway. Better be. There's also a poultry show over at the Swine Barn.
Yeah.
Literally, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
A rabbit show.
Uh-huh.
Rabbit show? Who wants to look at other people's rabbits? That's a weird...
I got the best-looking ones. I want to show them off.
A
I
sheep
like a
show.
flop-eared rabbit. Yeah. All
Yeah,
right,
who doesn't like a floppy-eared rabbit?
Flop-eared rabbit is the best.
They're great. Sheep show, a 4-H beef check-in. That's an event.
On the beef.
On Wednesday, July 9th, they have the 4-H only beef check-in and weigh-in, and also the swine check-in and weigh-in. That's what's going on Wednesday. Then there's a swine show, a goat show. Oh, baby, there's a goat show. And also a junior and senior master showmanship contest.
All right, whatever that means.
I don't know if that's showing the animals. I don't know what the hell that is here. They have some music here as well. They have Far Out will be playing. Far Out 283.
Oh, and
that's the name of the band. Okay.
283rd.
That sounds like a weird chemical you get at a rave that gets you high. I got Far Out 283, man. Oh, shit. Let me get 3 drops under my tongue, man. Put them in there.
Are there 282 others?
I must be. Wow. They'll be playing on Friday from 8 p.m. to midnight. God damn.
Is that the area code of this, 283?
No, it's not. Not at all.
What in the fuck?
No idea. They play they're an alternative blues rock band. Those words don't go together, by the way. There's no such thing as alternative blues.
Alternative which?
Don't know what that is. Playing an array of unique covers and original music that you will go to the bathroom while they play, so then you'll come back once Taking Care of Business is played for the 3rd time. Yes. Then Vital Signs plays the next night.
Okay.
Vital Signs.
They sound elderly.
Oh, yeah. We're almost just beeping. Vital Signs is a local band, number one, that plays all kinds of music. Here's the... From what to what. Yeah. This always reminds me of Cheech and Chong when he says everything from, Santana to El Chicano, everything, which is the same thing. This is everything from Johnny Cash to Judas Priest.
Yeah.
That's a wide array of shit. Just shit that white people sing. That's it.
They're hell-bent for leather, Jack.
Wow. Oh, they are. That said, whether that's leather chaps to ride a horse or...
Or to show your ass.
Or to show your ass and do fucking bondage, one of the two.
Because to hang out get in the way.
Yeah, to hang out at a gay leather shop, one of the two. That said, let's talk about some murder that happened around here. Oh, boy. Let's talk about a young woman first. Well, a young woman for a while, not young in our story, but her name is Monica Suzette Hartwell. 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 Now, Monica, oh boy, she's interesting. What an interesting life this Monica has. She's born in November of 1968. She's born in nearby Princeton, which is in this county, from this county, grew up here. She is, you don't know how local I am. I mean, she is that girl.
Yeah. Very local.
In school, she seemed to be social and active in things. I found her involved in the school chorus for multiple years doing that, so that's an activity. She also competed in the Miss Matoka High contest. They did a pageant, not just
for the high school.
For the high school. As if the hierarchies and tiers and social whatever wasn't already sharply defined in high school. Let's make it worse.
Now we'll do this. Yeah.
Now let's really kick it up a notch. This is worse than prom queen. This is terrible.
And the county has 15,000 people, so we got to really whittle it down so that this chick with the with the teeth that overlap can win.
Because and this is the whole school, man. They say the principal. I found this in the newspaper. Principal has announced plans for the annual Miss Matoka High School pageant.
Great.
Jesus, 54 girls will be vying for the title. The theme for the pageant will be Sweet Dreams.
All right.
Okay.
These, James.
Mrs. Richard Preservati, former Miss West Virginia, will serve as mistress of ceremonies.
What's her name? They use her husband's name?
Mrs. Richard Preservati.
What the fuck?
And this is in 1984, not 1954.
God damn.
She doesn't even have a first name, this woman. Nothing. And she is a former Miss West Virginia, but it would be impossible to look her up because Mrs. Richard Preservati, that wasn't her fucking name. What are we talking about? She'll be assisted by Freddie Ray Graham, a senior at Matoka High School. So some dickhead senior who's going to be like...
judge this with a lady who doesn't even have a first name.
No, they're the MCs.
Oh, nice.
That's how it goes. Yeah. Him and this unnamed lady. That'll be his jokes when he comes out. So, what's your name? Never mind, Richard. Okay. Judges will be Dr. Arthur W. Steller, Dr. Barbara Steller, Barbara Cheatwood, and Ellen Thompson.
All the barbs.
Ralph S. Bird will serve as statistician. What do you need a statistician for a West Virginia beauty contest for?
Wow.
Music will be provided by the high school music. Contestants will be judged on poise, facial beauty, and stage presence. At least they don't put their fucking body in there as for teenage girls. We're going to judge their fat asses.
Enough. That seems fucked up, too.
I think. With 5 finalists being asked to respond verbally to questions. Oh, boy, can they talk. So I found out what happened in this because our girl Monica is involved in this here. Apparently she didn't win. They said Bridget Meadows won. That's a problem.
Okay.
She does all sorts of stuff. She's a real achiever, this Bridget. Cheerleader, Spanish Club, Future Business Leaders of America, Pep Club, newspaper.
Yeah.
She does a lot. But second runner-up the first runner-up was another Hartwell, not Monica Hartwell, a different one, maybe a cousin or something. But the fourth runner-up is Monica. She's the 5th hottest girl in Matoka High School, apparently. She did it.
Yeah. Top 5's not bad.
Top 5's great. 54 women.
Top 5.
No, 54 young ladies get in there. Now, she had an interesting upbringing, too. She definitely, as a young woman, she grew up very much in a rural environment. Like, it is absolutely, completely rural. It's, and her life was that. I mean, beauty contest and all that makes it seem like, there's something, that she was like, I don't know, like sitting in her pink room doing her nails and shit like that. And it wasn't like that at all for her. Like, she had a very rural upbringing, like bringing.
She's out there
bringing water up from the, shit like that. I mean, she really did that. She said how her and her sister worked at a grocery store while they were growing up. They kept a garden that they had to water by carrying 5-gallon buckets from the Bluestone River.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's no hose or anything. They had her grandfather taught her how to trap and fish. And her grandmother taught her how to cook and how to make dresses so she could be in more pageants. She's a dressmaking, water carrying. She's really doing it. Very old school. I mean, she is like extremely old school. She's going down and getting some fish and getting a bucket of water and coming up and sewing a dress so she can do the pageant. And she's got to hurry because she's got to gut the trout. Yeah, I mean, you can't let it sit there. You can't let it sit. Yeah, it's in rigor now. You got to cut it and do it. So I'm telling you, so growing up like that. Does fish go into rigor? Yeah, they do. Does it? Yeah. Yeah, they get stiff at first. They get too hard? Wow. They get stiff. You can see them twist with rigor and then they relax again, just like people. I don't know. It's weird. So that's an interesting life. She's not any one thing. She's doing it. Yeah. Not any one thing at all. Now, her sister said, seems like she's an achiever and she can do things and she's real, tough. But her sister said also she's got some problems, and she does. Okay. They really surface. Her sister, Teresa, said that, Monica was always taking care of animals and helping people when they were growing up. And also later on, she's a beautician. She does hair and does all that kind of stuff. She goes to school for that. Now, the way her sister puts it, she was a wonderful person and a great beautician before she became sick. Oh, what happened? Now, that's the thing. We don't know what her illness is or if it was even a physical ailment. We're not sure. Oh. Because it just went away. And this was an ailment that would make her unable to walk or see. It blinded her? Blinded her and crippled her. Now, I can't imagine they never
diabetic.
That's the problem. They never found a physical reason for this. So to me, if you have something that, and it also would cause her to become very confused. So if you have something that makes you not be able to walk or see and becomes confused, that's a stroke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's a physical problem, and that just doesn't go away if you have that. You have some sort of issue, and it never kind of came to fruition, really. So
shit.
In the end, they decided that it was probably a mental condition that did this. It was probably some sort of psychosomatic thing or some sort of mental illness. And they said the treatments that they would try to give her for these ailments, because they were just trying shit. This young lady can't walk or see, so they tried things that would have a problem and it would affect her cognition, because they would give her crazy drugs.
Okay.
And this is in the 80s, too, so who knows what they were giving her.
Maybe the drugs blinded her? What the fuck blinded her?
They'd give her that to try to rectify the problem, and that's when that would affect her cognition. They didn't just give her drugs for no reason. Yeah, she got drugs because she couldn't walk or see and was confused. Later on, when she's an adult, she's diagnosed with pretty severe bipolar disorder, which they believe that's probably what it was, something in that universe here, and other mental conditions. Not just they said she's got bipolar and a bunch of other shit too. Like that's her main feature is bipolar, but there's a lot of other stuff there. So yeah, it's weird. We don't know what exactly happened, but that's the problem. Apparently, that's her sickness is mental issues. She'd been actually put into psychiatric institutions more than once, committed to them. So she's got some problems coming up. We'll just say that.
Like it, yeah.
Now, it doesn't matter, though, because it's weird. She still seems to live a full life, and even we'll find out she'll have a daughter that seems to be a very successful young lady and things like that. So she keeps it together, but also then will unravel sometimes, it seems like.
Yeah,
the only way I can kind of put it.
I suppose not everybody that's mentally unwell is just always mentally. Sometimes sometimes the environment causes that unwellness to really kick into overdrive.
True, that's what I mean. She's not just completely sitting in bed not knowing where she is and stuff that. She seems to go through periods of achievement and lucidity, and then will
loses it.
Deteriorate, lose it, have to be institutionalized for a while, and then come out and then be back okay again. So that's what seems to be her cycle here that goes on. Yeah. So it's not all one thing. In December 1985, there's an engagement announcement in the newspaper.
Yeah. And
they're saying Mr. and Mrs. Michael Hartwell. That's just how they do shit around there.
Yeah.
This is in December 1985. Of Lashmeet announced the engagement and forthcoming marriage of their daughter, Monica Suzette Hartwell, to Larry Vandehart of Norfolk, Virginia.
Oh.
So, yeah, they said at this point he was in the U.S. Navy, and she was studying cosmetology, it says, and will continue to study cosmetology. They're going to have a big church wedding on December 27th of that year, and they do. Now, she ends up having a daughter, though. She's married a bunch of times, by the way.
Oh, boy.
Her relationships come and go fast, as we'll find out. But she was married to this guy, DeHart, and then has a daughter with a different last name. That's not hers or his, so it must be from a different guy. And she has that daughter right around this time, right around the mid-'80s. She has this daughter, so it's kind of interesting, honestly. So, yeah, she has this daughter named Ashley, and she gets married then. And the other thing is I find out, like, Ashley has, like, a bunch of, like, there's newspaper announcements when Ashley does stuff. So Monica has it together enough to put in a thing at the newspaper for an announcement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's something. She's married a couple times real quick here. March 30th, 2000, she gets divorced from a guy named Freddie Harless II. Don't know where he came from.
Yeah, right.
But that's March 30th, 2000. Now, by the middle of 2001, she is married and divorced again.
Wow.
She gets married and divorced within a year. After she just gets divorced. Huh? If you want to call being divorced at least 3 times by the time you're fucking 5 years old. I would say, yeah, she's doing great.
Shit.
Just great. Now, in 2001, it's a guy named Brian W. Smith is who she's divorced from. Now, Brian Smith, keep that name in mind. You'd imagine they're divorced, so that'll be the end of him. Oh, no, he hangs around.
He keeps coming back.
She'll be living with him later, even though she's with somebody else. It's insanity.
Good Lord. Yeah.
So Brian does not go away, as we'll talk about. 2008, her daughter Ashley graduated from high school, and she graduated with a college preparatory diploma.
Yeah.
Apparently, she's going to pursue a career in cosmetology at the Princeton Votech. Good God, Ashley, you can leave. You're allowed to leave the county. She's just going to follow in Mom's footsteps and be a cosmetology person at the Princeton Votech. Jesus.
What even is that? Yeah. Vocational?
Vocational technical school. It's literally, that's not what you want. That in Drop Dead Gorgeous, that was the prize, was a gift certificate for tuition at a Votech beauty school. It was the same shit. So Ashley gets married in 2009. So 2008, she's graduating. 2009, she's getting married, following 100% in Mom's footsteps when it comes to that. Marriage right after high school, cosmetology school at the Votech, everything.
Jesus.
She married a guy named J.P. Surface, just like a surface. And I only say this because I feel like to have newspaper announcements, your family has to have some kind of shit together to put those into the paper. You know what I mean?
Generally, yeah.
You have to fill a thing out. You have to give them like $12 or whatever back in the day.
Yeah.
You have to pay a few bucks. Like there has to be a thing. So there's some sort of something pushing them forward. My family would have never done this. They were too no count to do any of this shit. Nobody would have remembered to do any newspaper announcements or anything like that. So
the money part was the first issue here for our hurdle.
The money, and also just nobody would have thought to do it, or so we got to fill a form out. Never mind. That's too much. I got work in the morning. Like that's how my family would have been. I'm not doing that. So they got married. Apparently, she was escorted by her grandfather, so I don't know where the hell her father is. She was escorted by Monica's mom.
Jesus.
So I'm not sure
Monica's dad.
Or Monica's dad, Michael,
Monica's grandma.
Come on, Grandma, walk me down the aisle. The bride was attired in a white chiffon gown with a long train, crystals down the side. Very nice here.
Sounds nice.
The couple honeymooned in Tennessee. It's the dream honeymoon we all have. We're going to Knoxville, everybody. That's going to be... Wow.
From Maynardsville.
From old Maynardsville now. Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show, tell you a little bit more about Acorns early.
At acorns.com.
Absolutely. Man, so many of us only focus on where our money is today. Acorns is the financial wellness app that cares about where your money is going tomorrow. That's the thing. Acorns believes that everybody's money has potential, and if you want to see what your money's capable of, Acorns Potential Screen makes it easy. So many people are focused on all of this. It's a big deal. Obviously, you should be focused on your money. You know what I mean? Acorns is a smart way to give your money a chance to grow. Acorns is easy. You can sign up in minutes and start automatically investing your spare money, even if all you've got is spare change.
Yeah?
Yeah, it could be a little bit, a lot, whatever you got. Acorns grows with you. Whether you're just starting out or thinking about settling down, Acorns supports your big and small goals across every life stage. That's important. The Acorns Potential Screen shows you the power of compounding and how your money could grow over time. Plus, you can quickly adjust how much you're investing every day, week, or month to make sure you're building toward your goals. Acorns is all in one. No more finance apps cluttering up your phone. You don't need a whole folder for all you don't need that. You need just one. That's important. With Acorns, you can invest, save, and give your money a chance to grow in one trusted place. It's really easy, too. It's just an easy app to navigate. It's really good and really easy. And if you're looking to grow your money a little bit or a lot, just like an acorn, it will sprout an oak, and that's what you can do here. Sign up now, and Acorns will boost your new account with a $5 bonus investment. Join the over 14 million all-time customers who've already saved and invested over $27 billion with Acorns. Head to acorns.com/small or download the Acorns app to get started. paid non-client endorsement compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 2 compensation provided, potential subject to various factors such as customers' accounts, age, and investment settings, does not include Acorns fees. Results do not predict or represent the performance of any Acorns portfolio. Investment results will vary. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors, LLC is an SEC-registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/small.
And now back to the show.
Monica, as this goes on into the 2010s, Monica has a longtime boyfriend. Yeah. I'm shocked that she didn't marry him because she marries everybody else. But this is Michael Walker. He's about the same age as her, born about 10 years older. I'm sorry, born in 1958 as opposed to 68 for her. Right. Now, birds of a feather here because we know that Monica has quite a few psychological problems, obviously, and no judgment, just it's a fact. Right. Michael has at least as much or more psychological issues than Monica. Yeah. So that is bad when you get those people together.
Yeah.
And for a bipolar person, too, to be very into a relationship to the point where you get married quickly and then end up divorced pretty quickly is that's kind of standard shit for especially for an unmedicated person who's got bipolar. That's a thing. It's the ups and downs and ebbs and flows here. So Michael Walker has what's called unspecified mental health issues.
What does that mean?
So many you can't even put a finger on it. Because you would say...
He's got the rare ones. We don't know what they are.
We don't even know what they are. You'd say unspecified, you think undiagnosed.
Yeah.
But that's not the case because
They've looked him over. They just can't figure it out.
He is hospitalized, quote, several times a year.
Oh, my.
In psychiatric facilities to readjust his medication and, quote, get his head straight, as he puts it.
Oh, boy.
4 times a year or so, he goes, got to go get my head straight, and he checks into the hospital for a while. So
every season, he's getting
I feel the leaves are changing. I better
inside too.
Wow, when the barometric pressure changes, really, my medication works way different. I got to get it fixed. So that's a lot. I feel bad for the guy. Obviously, that's terrible, but
that's horrible.
Also, at the same time, you want to keep your distance a lot of times.
Certainly,
if you're in a relation, like a serious relationship. So
yeah,
these two,
safety and well-being of our relationship.
Absolutely. These two are a match made in heaven. I mean, you can't.
Well, certainly made in the waiting room.
Made in somewhere. Yeah. Match made in this ward of the 4th floor of this hospital. So by 2020, they're living together, Monica and Michael.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Brian?
Also living in the house is her ex-husband, Brian.
Yeah, of course he is.
She's living with her current boyfriend and her ex-husband at the same time.
Wow.
Now, the ex-husband, from what I understand, Craig is a next-door neighbor we're going to talk about, but Brian Smith, he doesn't have any mental issues that we know about. He doesn't hasn't been to a hospital, doesn't have bipolar disorder or anything like that. So imagine if you're him, you're living with your ex-wife, who I'm sure he calls her fucking crazy all the time and to his friends, and this crazy fucking bitch, Jesus Christ, and her crazy goddamn new boyfriend.
Right.
So he's living with them. How shitty is this guy's life? Imagine living with your ex and her new fucking boyfriend. Hey, just imagine that, number one. If they're the sanest.
Oh, boy.
If they're as sane as a fucking, whatever. Imagine that. The
if
sanest
you can have a healthy relationship
ever.
with you, how can you do that? I don't know how you can do that.
No, you can't. That's what I mean. No. Nothing about this is healthy.
That's impossible.
This is some West Virginia hill shit right here.
There's no amicable separation that makes being with your ex and her new to healthy. That's not healthy.
That's aggressively amicable. I've never been that amicable with anybody where I'm like, you know what?
I've never been that amicable with somebody I was in a relationship with.
That's what I mean. That is extra amicable right there. It's amicable plus. That's too much. So that's a wild living arrangement.
Actively put my penis inside. I was never that amicable.
Never that amicable. And they're living in a small trailer. So you're hearing shit like this.
This is not a palace.
No. That's what I mean. It's not, I'll live in the East Wing and you guys are in the West. It's not that. We're talking, they're sharing 700 square feet probably, these people. So this is terrifying. Now, July 26th, 2020 comes around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we were all going a little crazy there in 2020 and losing
Wasn't
our minds
easy.
a bit.
Yeah.
No, it was a tough mental time for everybody. But this day, apparently, old Michael Walker's having way more of a breakdown than most people. Yeah. Apparently, all day, according to everyone around, his neighbors and Craig and everybody, or not Craig, I keep calling him Craig, Brian, damn it, the ex-husband. Michael has been, quote, loudly spouting gibberish all day. Gibberish. I love the word gibberish, number one. That's
so good. Yeah.
That is great. Hunter Thompson used to use the word gibberish all the time, and it was always the perfect way of use. And Blazing Saddles, authentic frontier gibberish. It's always a great word. So, including claims, he's spouting general gibberish of blah, 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 whatever. But the main thing that strikes people's attention, because this is normal for him to have a gibberish breakdown, is on this particular day, he is claiming to be variously, different times, either God or Jesus. One of the two.
Okay. But,
one of the two.
A deity. Yeah.
A deity of some kind. The Father, the Son, one day he's the Holy Ghost. He doesn't care. He's just whatever comes up. So he is out. Him and Monica are on the front porch of their home while he is shouting, apparently loudly spouting gibberish, as the neighbors put it, about I'm Jesus Christ and I'm God and all this type of shit. Now, at the same time that might have contributed to this, Monica and Michael have been drinking all day as well.
Uh-huh.
So it's like the afternoon. They've been drinking since the a.m.
They're taking antipsychotics while drinking.
We don't know if they're taking meds. That's the other thing. We don't know if they're actively taking their meds.
They're probably prescribed them.
Another thing, bipolar, and this is very common for bipolar people, they don't like to take their meds.
They don't like it.
They like the highs because that feels good.
Yeah.
A manic phase is fucking great.
Yeah.
Manic phase feels amazing. You feel like it's like being on coke because you feel like you can do anything. You can't, but you feel like you can.
You get a lot done.
Yeah, you feel like, I could figure this out. What, peace in the Middle East? Let me sit down with it for a minute. I think I can figure this out. Literally, that's what you think if you're in a manic phase, and then the depressive phase comes on. It's not that much, but so they don't generally. A lot of them don't enjoy taking medicine, so sometimes they'll go off meds, and we don't know if they are on meds, off meds. They're in a fucking West Virginia trailer. All bets are off. Who knows?
Yeah, and even if you're on antipsychotics, just being in a West Virginia trailer might make you psychotic anyway.
That could do it right there, and especially drinking.
Override the drugs,
Yeah, and then if you are taking the drugs, drinking I don't think goes with them at all.
No, that's not
any
good.
Of these drugs, and if you're not taking your drugs, just drinking is just going to exacerbate any mental illness you have. So it's not good. So they're both drinking, and he's talking about being Jesus and God, and talking about the Holy Spirit from time to time, literally, and doing all this. Now, the ex-husband, Brian, he's in the imagine this. They're shit-faced, yelling at each other on the front porch, arguing about who's Jesus and who's God. Nobody's on meds. Everybody's drinking. And this guy's like, I'm going to try to stay in the back of the house. He literally is like, I'm going to avoid the situation. So he says he was in the yard in the back, either doing some yard work or sunbathing. We don't know which one.
One of the two, yeah.
But either way, he said it's an effort to put distance between himself and Michael Walker's ranting, deity-filled monologues. He does not want any part of that shit. Yeah. So, and also, Monica's up there arguing with him, and they're both drunk. So let's stay back here. Now, the next-door neighbors here, Craig Young and Teresa Horn, are young fiancés. They're getting married soon. They're engaged. Sure. Teresa and Craig were doing a woodworking project in their driveway, which is about 10 feet from the front porch.
What are they woodworking?
They're cutting trim. They're cutting trim into pieces to do something to redo the inside of the house. Yep. Maybe baseboards, maybe ceiling things. Yeah. Who knows?
Maybe they're spelling their name out. We don't
Just
know.
Some wainscoting. We're not sure. Either way, where they're working in their driveway is about 10 feet from the front porch. Okay. So a basketball hoop length distance. So they're hearing every word that's being said on the porch, all the arguing, and they're trying to ignore it. Oh, honey, that's a 4/15 right there. 4/16. You want to cut that? Yeah. No. Measure that up. Yeah, we got that. You need the jigsaw? Yeah, here you go. Like, they're just ignoring shit. Yeah, here's the pencil. Mark it off, as I would be doing as well. So at some point, Monica walks down off the porch. I don't know why she walks over to them, considering they're 10 feet away. You could just talk to them. But she walks down, comes over here, and apologizes. She said, I am real sorry about what's going on over here. I understand that this is, you're trying to have a nice afternoon doing your woodworking or whatever, and we're over here. He's acting like a crazy person. I'm very sorry. She said it won't keep up for much longer. And she said, I'm going to, quote, get this neighborhood back to normal soon. Don't you worry about it.
All right.
So they go, okay, maybe she's kicking her boyfriend out. Great. Yeah. Terrific. Then she goes back up there. They're still arguing.
Oh.
Now, upon leaving the driveway, Monica goes back home, and Brian the ex-husband, walks around the house wanting to tell them to either shut the fuck up or go inside.
Okay.
Literally, it was like, you can't be arguing about who's Jesus and who's God in the outside on the front fucking porch. Do it inside or shut up. Take your pick, basically. So, and at that point, Craig and Teresa, the next door neighbors, go into their house to see if the piece of wood they just cut will fit.
Sure.
So they take a piece of wood in to go in, okay? Now, Craig said also he didn't think Monica's comment about Mr. Walker there, about Michael Walker, this neighborhood will get back to normal soon and he's going to be out of here. He didn't find that unusual, he said, because he knew that Michael suffered from mental illnesses of all kinds and would routinely leave the house to seek mental health treatment. So remember, 3-4 times a year he's at the mental hospital. So they are like, oh yeah, that means he'll be leaving soon to go to the hospital.
Okay.
Basically, he comes home, he's okay for a while, he'll deteriorate, and then they go, oh yeah, he'll be back in the hospital soon. He's acting nuts again. That's how it is.
Okay.
So they go back inside. Now, a few minutes later, and we don't know the timing on this, by the way. This could be 30 seconds. This could be 2 minutes. Nobody really knows because nobody was keeping track. But Teresa and Craig, the next door neighbors, hear a gunshot, a loud one.
Yeah.
And they walk outside and they see, as soon as they get out of the door, they see Brian Smith running toward them, yelling that Monica just shot Michael. Monica just shot Michael. Okay. Now, we don't know. Between 5 and 30 seconds is what they say. Who knows? So he's saying she shot Michael. She shot Michael. Call 911. Call 911. So Teresa calls 911. They see that as they get out, they also see the front door is closing. Mm-hmm. And there's Michael laid out on the front porch, not claiming to be a deity at this point. So Brian says that he last saw them on the front porch. He exited the back door of the house a few minutes later, heard a gunshot, ran around the house, and saw that. Saw Walker's dead body lying in the bushes. She shot him off the porch.
Wow.
So the 911 call comes in. They said, there's been a shooting over here. Can you please come on over? They said, do you know who shot him? And the next door neighbors who called the cops said, we have no fucking idea. We were inside our house. So, I mean, you can ask them, I guess, but I don't know. Now, everybody remains near the front porch. Brian, Craig, Teresa, everybody but Monica, who went back in the house.
Yeah.
She went back in the house and sat inside on the couch alone.
Really?
The cops don't show up for 15 or 20 minutes. She's still on the couch inside.
Just sitting there watching TV.
Sitting there just enjoying
not
the quiet.
Anything.
Yeah, not watching anything. Watching whatever show is going on in her brain at this point. So the cops arrive. They get here.
How did she do that? She's blind?
What?
Wait, no, she's not the blind one. What am I doing?
Blind? No one in the story is blind. What are we talking? Where did blind come from?
Never mind.
Well, earlier she couldn't see when she had an event when she was a teenager.
Yeah. She can see now, right?
She can see and walk
forever. Okay.
No. Just mild. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that confused the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.
This whole time I'm going, wait, is she still blind?
She was only blind for when she had her issues.
For a little bit. Got it.
So they get there. They're dispatched about 3:30. They've been drinking all day, and it's 3:30.
Holy.
PM, not AM. So imagine what this would have been like by midnight.
Afternoon.
They got. This is groundhog for breakfast type shit here, which is also West Virginia, which is
shouldn't even be getting off work yet.
No, she should be going to hang out with the groundhog for breakfast guys.
Yeah.
Because they're drinking purple drink and doing all this shit early in the morning. So they get there. They realize, holy shit, there's Walker lying on the front steps, half in the bushes, bleeding and not moving.
Yeah.
So there's a trooper, Weekly, and he's one of the officers here. He was advised by the next door neighbor that I guess Monica shot him. That's what I heard, because he only heard that because that's what Brian said when he came around the corner.
Right.
So they then secure the home from the outside, and they're like, well, where is she? Where is this Monica? They say she's in the house. So they say, okay. They walk into the house. There she is, sitting on the couch, calm as can be.
Yeah.
They're like, can you stand up? No problem. She's cooperative.
What the fuck?
Trooper Weekly asks her, where's the gun?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, at that time, she was handcuffed, surrounded by the whole West Virginia State Police and Mercer County Sheriff's Department. There's 10 cops in their trailer living room. She's handcuffed, and she was being escorted out of the house. So she's not free to leave or anything like that, and she's not been advised of her Miranda rights yet. She has not been read her rights, but he said, where's the gun? Okay. She answered by saying, the gun's on the couch. Okay, so they sent another cop in to look for it, and there it is on the couch, a .410 single-shot shotgun.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what she shot her with.
That's it?
That's it, one shot. Boom, loaded it once, pow, that's the one. Now, Brian said that, he gave the statement to the cops, and, he said it was about, they talked to him about 45 minutes after the shooting. He said that the last 2 hours before the shooting, they'd been drinking a lot, and Michael Walker was running his mouth all the time. God, Jesus, Holy Spirit. She threatened to do this. I didn't think she was going to do it. I heard her say, he's demon possessed. He's demon possessed. The county would be a better place if he wasn't here. I'm going to kill him.
Yeah.
So that's why he went to the backyard. He's demon possessed. He's demon possessed. County be a better place. I'm going to shoot him. He's like, I'll go in the backyard. This is why we're divorced. So he said that he was just getting some sun. He heard the shot, and he couldn't see. He said he couldn't see the front door because of the foliage. So he ran out and he saw that Walker had been shot. He went to the next door neighbor's house, said call 911. He said he had the phone with him because he had he had planned to ask for a ride. So he had a cordless phone with him. It's all confusing. So now other witnesses, they also say that, Monica had been threatening to kill Michael all day and actually called up a family member and was like going over the merits of killing him or not.
Yeah.
She was like, I feel like killing him, but I don't know. You know what I mean? And then she was going over, if I kill him, it'll be good for this reason, but bad for that reason.
The county, yeah.
Yeah. She did say, though, he does need to at least be removed from the county or killed because, quote, he was a demon from hell. Not just a demon straight from the fires. Yeah. And the county would be a better place without him. She told this relative she loved him, but finally saw who he was, and killing him would protect her community, from demons.
Yeah.
The one cop said after hearing all of this, quote, this murder seems to be pretty cut and dry, but we still have a lot of work to do on it, they said. So is she going to talk? Seems like she'd have a lot to say.
If they tell her she doesn't have to, though, she might not.
Who knows? Well, she's placed in a state police cruiser after she's arrested. Yeah. She first declined to be interviewed after being advised of her Miranda rights, but later on, when one of the detectives checked on her, she changed her mind and said, now I do want to talk.
Oh, okay.
Now, neighbors told investigators that both Monica and Michael, quote, had mental issues that day and had been drinking all day as well. The one cop said, I believe Ms. Hartwell told me she was schizophrenic and bipolar. That'll do it.
Ooh, hey.
That's a lot. He said, Ms. Hartwell told me that Walker believed he was God, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, and that she did not believe that. Well, obviously, she's being, she's logical. That's what it is. Yeah. And until the next sentence, which is, quote, she believed he was possessed by a demon instead.
Yeah.
So, it's something. It's some kind of entity. We're not sure where it's from, but it's something. So is she competent? That's the question.
That's the other thing. Can she be?
A big deal here. So the prosecuting attorney right away told the court during the first preliminaries that Monica was currently competent to stand, or he did not think she was currently competent to stand trial. That's the prosecutor. I think she needs some work before we put her on trial. She's a little wacky. Hartwell's attorney, Ryan Flanagan, said his client had been, quote, in and out of competency, which means not competent. That's not competent is what that means. In and out.
In and out of competency.
1 minute she's competent, next minute she's not.
She's not, yeah. Then,
wow.
That means she never was.
They also said that there's a prosecuting attorney said that Monica had been drinking when the shooting occurred, so there was the issue of diminished capacity to be considered as well. So the judge said that the reports concerning the shotgun and autopsy, are pretty damning as far as obviously he was shot and things like that. But, you guys have to look all over this. They said that, she's going to have at least 2 mental evaluations to determine her competency, blah, blah, blah. In jail, she attempts to commit suicide, by the way, which is not surprising.
Of course.
I mean, she's in jail, she's mentally ill. Who knows if she's getting any meds?
Good, yeah.
We don't know. So now the state's evidence at this point, it sounds pretty open and shut until you really look at it. The only evidence that she committed the crime was because Brian Smith said she did. Really?
What? Okay.
Brian Smith came around and said Monica shot him, Monica shot him.
She said that, yeah.
Nobody else saw Monica shoot him.
Okay.
None of that shit. So, yeah. I mean, the neighbor said we last saw her with the victim on the porch, and they heard a gunshot and saw him in the bushes.
That doesn't
but
mean
that's
she did
it.
Yeah.
The gun, that's definitely the gun that killed him. They figure that out. So that's interesting. And she did say she thought he was possessed. That's a thing.
Yeah.
The state of West Virginia's medical examiner testified that the distance between the barrel of the gun and the victim was less than 2 feet. Okay, less than 2 feet with a shotgun.
Well, and a 410 isn't crazy, but it's still enough.
Still 2 feet away, any gun is pretty crazy. You know what I mean?
And 2 feet away, that gives that opportunity to branch out too and spread and really take your whole fucking head.
It's brutal. Here's the thing. Monica, when they went in and grabbed her, she had no blood on her body or clothing. I don't know how you would shoot somebody from 2 feet away and not get any blowback on you.
Yeah.
Nothing, not a drop. It seems unlikely, right?
Seems not easy.
I'm not a physicist, but it seems like there would be some spatter coming back at you. Because if you hit them with a fucking hammer from that distance, you'd get some spatter on you. So I would assume a bullet would also have that.
And this is depending on what's in that gun. If it's a slug, you're getting tons.
Tons. But even if it's fucking birdshot, you're getting something.
There's got to be something. Yeah, that just tears the flesh apart.
Little pieces of blood on you, little droplets even, mist. I mean, because they do it with the black light and all that, and the spluminol. They'll see anything on there. Yeah. Now, also, her team claims, and they don't have any tests to disprove this, that she did not have any gunshot residue on her hands either. So she can shoot someone from 2 feet away without getting any blood or gunshot residue on her, which is pretty impressive.
She's a straight up assassin, man.
That's impressive. Now, Monica's legal team also claims, and we have not been able to figure out the veracity of this, that the only person on the property out of the 4 people hanging around, or 5 people, meaning 2 neighbors, the dead man, Monica, and Craig, only person with gunshot residue on their hands during a test was Craig, the ex-husband. Okay, now...
What the fuck?
That's interesting. So the trial comes up. They end up taking her to trial. I'm sorry. Yes, Craig. Okay. Now, I'm sorry, Brian, not Craig. What am I talking about? Brian, the ex-husband. I keep calling him Craig. Brian is the one with gunshot residue on his hands, not Craig. Craig's the neighbor. He's making wood shit. He has no gunshot residue. Yeah. So the neighbor testifies. This is the actual neighbor, Craig. He testifies at trial. I was just cutting wood, man. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened. We were sitting and talking. They were talking loud, blah, 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 blah. He said on the stand that, Monica was talking about demons and that Walker would be leaving soon. And she said, the neighbor said that she usually spoke like this before Walker would go to the hospital. Michael would sign himself into a psychiatric institution every few months. And the lawyer asked him on the stand, and he was talking out of his head, which is a very weird legal thing. And he said, so he was talking out of his head, and Craig said, very badly. Out of his mind. So Craig also said that he spoke with Walker that day and advised him you should go back to the hospital. Hey, man, you just said you're the Holy Spirit. Maybe it's time to check back into the hospital. What do you say, buddy? He said whenever he was talking to himself on the steps, it literally seemed like 2 or 3 voices were coming out of him, which is scary.
Yeah.
He said, adding that at one point he thought that Monica was with Michael, but Michael was talking to himself, actually. Mm-hmm. He thought that there was a conversation between multiple people, and it was just Michael with different voices coming out of his head.
Wild.
So he's either, the guy from fucking Police Academy, whose name coincidentally is also Michael. Michael W., as a matter of fact, too. Michael Winslow. Yeah. That's pretty impressive. Or he's this. Now, Brian Smith here, the defense attorney asked Smith, did you shoot Michael Walker?
Did you?
And he said, I did not shoot Michael Walker. No, not the shooter. Okay. So that's what we have. They're saying you don't have any proof that she shot him other than this cop saying, where's the gun? And she pointed it out. Yeah. So in closing, the prosecution here, they're asking the jurors, look at all the evidence, use your common sense. He said immediately after the shot, where was Monica? What did she do? Where was she at? It was a small house. She had to have heard the shot. She stayed in the house while everybody in the neighborhood was outside. She knew what happened, which is a fair statement.
Sure.
Everybody else ran over there. There's cops and everything. She just sits on the couch. That seems weird. Also, Monica told the troopers where to find the shotgun. And, so there you go. And she can blame Brian Smith all she wants, but his account of the shooting has stayed consistent from the second we started, and we don't know what's up with her. Now, the defense said that, they also said, by the way, the prosecution said that Brian Smith could not have fired the shotgun, put it in the house, then run back outside so quickly, and then around the house to come out and say, hey, they shot him. Craig, the next door neighbor, said that he was in his house when the shot was fired and was outside talking to Brian within 30 seconds. But again, it's a small house. You could easily drop the shotgun off, go out the back door, run around the side, and come out in 30 seconds.
Bad. Yeah.
You could do that. That's very possible. Now, the defense in their closing said there's no credible evidence showing that Monica committed the crime. There's no credible witnesses, no fingerprints on the shotgun.
Wow.
No fingerprints on the shotgun, no blood on her clothing, no gunshot residue on her hands.
Okay, if they figure this out, that is very impressive.
That is wild. He said there's reasonable doubt that she was the one that shot Michael and that it's possible that Brian Smith is the shooter. She said, ladies and gentlemen, we just talked to you and told you that there's no evidence. At the very least, it's reasonable doubt. And as the judge just instructed you, if you find reasonable doubt, the law requires you to find her not guilty. Yeah. Now, prosecution rebuts and said that, oh, wow, the defense is saying that Brian Smith ran out, shot this guy, threw the shotgun down, ran around the side of the house, and, oh, boy, she shot him. Quote, Brian Smith must be Superman.
He'd be flying.
That's less crazy than being the Holy Spirit, I guess. Who knows?
He's faster than the speeding bullet, James.
Yeah, he is. Now, they said to be the shooter, he would have had to, shot the gun, did all that, ran outside, did all the shit that we just said. Because Smith was also the person who first called 911. The prosecution says, why would Brian shoot this man right in front of her? Does he not expect her to tell the police? Okay. Now, the verdict comes in. The jurors go in at 1:30 in the afternoon, and less than an hour later, they have a verdict.
Got it.
So they understand what happened, I guess, or they think they do, and they find her guilty of second-degree murder.
Bingo. Wait. Okay.
Yeah. So members by the way, Michael Walker's family didn't even attend the hearing. They couldn't find them. They said that a county probation department could not contact any one of his relatives. This poor man had nobody. He literally had nobody that would come watch his murder trial. That's
unbelievable.
That's sad, man. That's really sad. I feel bad for him. So The prosecution here, the prosecuting attorney, the judge asked the prosecution if the state was taking any position about sentencing. And the state said that the court was aware of her admissions to law enforcement and psychiatrists and would leave the sentencing to the court, basically. Okay. We don't know what to do with her. She said,
figure it out.
The prosecution said, we believe she needs to be sentenced to the penitentiary and receive treatment there. As far as duration, we will leave that to the court. Usually they have a real good idea exactly how long they want somebody in there. So for this, they're like, we don't know what the fuck to do with this. You figure it out. This is on you. Her attorney filed motions for a new trial and all that kind of shit. He also told the court that Monica had been a productive member of society before she became ill, and that she has been battling mental illness her entire life. He asked the court to have a pre-sentencing evaluation on her mental condition. Monica's sister said, Teresa said, quote, Monica does not know how to load a shotgun and never had a shotgun. I do know my sister is a very loving person. And she also adds that this is a case where the mental health system has failed because...
Failed completely.
Two people.
Both. Yes. Her and him.
Monica stands up and reads a statement to the court.
What is this gibberish?
There you go. Thank you. I love it. Thank you for using it. She recalled her childhood as she worked at a grocery store and kept the garden and carried the 5-gallon buckets up from the river, how her grandfather taught her to fish and trap, and her grandmother taught her how to cook and make dresses, all the stuff we talked about. She brought all that up.
Yeah, that was nice.
As she read her statement, she said that Walker, she said she wasn't on her medication, and sometimes she wouldn't be because Michael Walker would hide her medication because he didn't want either of them to be on meds that day because he was going loopy. And she said she still does not remember what happened the day that he was shot. She said, I don't remember what happened. She asked the judge for mercy so she could be with her family. She said, quote, Your Honor, please have mercy on me. I pray you'll have mercy on me.
She is begging to be let out of jail because she, quote unquote, doesn't remember?
I feel bad for everybody here because I don't think anybody could help with anything that went on today. You know what I mean?
I think she may be beyond help. That's doesn't. What I mean. She's. You never.
I don't know.
She thinks that there's mercy to be given.
And we're not even positive she did it, for Christ's sake.
Right.
That's the other thing. Like, it's crazy.
What the fuck?
The judge said there was limits as to what he could do in cases involving mental illness. He's like, I can only do so much here. He said, quote, my hands are tied about what I can do with mental health. He can't cure her, I guess.
Wow, yeah.
He said that he couldn't put her on probation, obviously. She murdered a guy. He couldn't send her to any other place but a penitentiary. He said, I haven't heard any reason why this man was killed. None, other than he was fucking annoying.
Yeah.
And he was spouting. So he sentences her to, you, ma'am, may fuck off, 40 years in prison.
40 years?
40 years with 789 days credit for time served. So she was 2 years? 2 years before they could get her on trial.
She's only got 38 more to go.
Wow. Also, she's assessed all court costs, which must be paid within 1 year of her release, or her driver's license will be suspended. Which is hilarious. You're saying she'll have a driver's license when she gets out of jail in 38 years. And they'll immediately say you can't drive. Yeah.
Yes. 50s?
68. So she's in her 50s. So when you get out in your 90s, you better pay that or we'll take your driver's license away. The judge suggests that a physician provide the maximum amount of mental health treatment while she's incarcerated. Mm-hmm. He says, I certainly believe she needs to get help in the penal system, the maximum amount they can give her.
No shit.
Whatever they got, just give it to her. Now, she appeals this based on, they say that the court erred in denying a motion to suppress Trooper Weekly's testimony about her telling him the location of the gun. Because she was not Mirandized, but she was in custody.
Okay.
They said they had her. She wasn't free. She was cuffed and surrounded by cops and being walked. So that is in custody. At that point, you ask anything, you need to do that. But there's extenuating circumstances because there's a loose gun in the house.
Right.
So the prosecution's whole thing is the question of where's the gun. the defense says that's a custodial interrogation at this point, whereas they're saying no, that's a matter of safety
for the county
for the county
keep this county safe.
Keep this county safe from this gun. So they're saying safe county and all that. Now, in custody is as we've talked about before, is a very precarious notion.
Yeah, because you can be detained and not be in custody.
Well, it's also about the letter of the law is about whether the person feels they're in custody. So sometimes it's not even about the actual whether they're in custody or not. It's whether they are under the impression they're in custody.
Okay.
So what they're saying, the defense is, being in handcuffs, surrounded by cops, and walked somewhere.
Yeah.
You think you're in custody, whether you are or not. That's custody. Right. You know what I mean? That's custodial interrogation at that point. So, what the fuck, basically, is how they're saying it. So, and that kind of makes sense. Mm-hmm. But they're saying that, so they're calling it a response to custodial interrogation, telling him where the gun is and finding it.
Yeah.
By the way, Brian, they questioned Brian more on this, the ex-husband. That's his gun, the shotgun.
Oh, no.
He sleeps on the couch and keeps the shotgun between the cushions of the couch.
Real?
So that's
How scared of them is he?
Dude.
Yeah.
Well, either that or they should be scared of him, one of the two. But he
Why don't you guys kick him out? He has a shotgun in the couch. That's why.
We can wake him up, and within 5 seconds, he could be shooting us. That's why. So he keeps it in the cushions of the couch, and his thing is, well, I kept it there. It doesn't mean that I did it. That just means she knew where the gun was.
Yeah.
So anyway, they're asking for the whole thing to be overturned based on that, which I guess you could say that. Now, they're saying what's critical to the resolution of the case is that the trooper testified without contradiction. At the time he asked the petitioner, "Where's the gun?" the officers had not yet secured the weapon. Prior to their entry into the home, officers knew only that the victim had been shot on the front porch and that the petitioner had apparently gone into the house immediately after, and that she had not been seen again by Mr. Smith, Mr. Young, or Ms. Horn during the 15 to 20 minutes it took for law enforcement to respond. No one actually saw her go into the house. Rather, Brian Smith said he heard a gunshot, rounded the corner, and saw the front door closing.
Okay.
So they didn't even know if she was in there. Thus, after the petitioner exited the house and had been handcuffed, the officers still did not know whether there might be someone else inside who had access to the weapon. That's what they're saying. So they're saying they asked her, "Where's the gun?" for immediate safety purposes, not for interrogation purposes or interrogatory purposes. So they said they didn't know whether she had left the weapon in the house or, during the interval of time that had elapsed, thrown it from a window or back door into the unsecured environs of the property, where it might be found by a passerby or an inquisitive child. So they're saying unless they asked her, "Where's the gun?" before reading her rights, which takes 15 seconds, a child in that 15 seconds would have walked by, picked up the gun, and blew his brains out, obviously.
That's an inquisitive child for you.
That is a very inquisitive. They said a passerby or an inquisitive child, which means if it was an inquisitive child who was passing by, he would have taken it for sure. There's no doubt about it. So,
fucking inquisitive kids.
They were also trying to say that Trooper Welke's testimony that the response to the question was, "It's on the couch," was inadmissible hearsay based on that. But the court says it's well established beyond a dispute that the defendant's own statements are admissible against him or her as admissions of the party opponent, blah, 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 blah. He's allowed to say that. Now, she cites no rule or cases to the contrary, and thus we reject the hearsay argument, and they affirm the conviction. So it is affirmed. She's currently being housed at the LCC facility. Her ID number is 3654659. She looks like, from what it says here, her next parole hearing is in 2030.
Wow.
So that's only, it's 4.5 years away. It's July of 2030. So
that's amazing.
Her projected release date is 2040. Which I guess because it was 40 years, I don't know if it's an automatic, whatever. I don't know. They expect her to be released in 20, apparently.
Wow.
So there you go. that's when she might be released, so she won't be that old. She might want that driver's license, so she better start saving up for court costs.
You better pay these fees, lady.
Pay these fees and fines, and for that matter, court costs and meds. She's going to need to.
Brian's never fucked with about this.
Nope, they just said it's her. And that's that. So,
oh my.
We don't know what happened. I don't know if some dude pinned a fucking crime on a crazy lady.
Yeah.
Because she's too crazy to figure it out and was having a breakdown.
Or if a crazy lady's so crazy blood doesn't
even remember.
Her. Yeah.
That's the other thing. Who the fuck knows? Yeah. Also, it's fucking rural West Virginia. So maybe these people didn't look too well. Yeah. I don't trust this investigation one fucking bit, to be honest with you. Who knows? So
I don't trust much of this story, to be honest with
you. Who knows? That's what I mean.
I don't even know if she was ever blind.
We don't even know if she could. Maybe she walked just fine back in the day. So, by the way, quick update, that Alaska case we did a couple weeks ago where we were waiting for the sentencing on Halloween night.
Yeah.
Moses Blanchard's sentencing was delayed. That's why it didn't come out. So it didn't come out till the next day. And also,
and you know what else is delayed
people need
there
to chill the fuck out.
People in Alaska's understanding how little we give a fuck what you think.
Dude, you went there to run away from society.
Yeah.
We don't care. Stay there. Fuck off.
And also, your reactions to things on Facebook have not been fixed.
No,
and there's a man dead, and you're doing the same shit
to prove that you wouldn't do that. That was the wild part.
Fucking idiots!
It was insane. You burned a house down to prove that you don't like to play with matches. That's what you did, and it's crazy. That shit was nuts.
There's a dead man who, by all intents and purposes, is fucking innocent. Wasn't convicted of anything, and you didn't like hearing about it.
Nope. Thank God there's only 14 people in Alaska with Wi-Fi that can actually listen to this show.
By the way.
They. And I did some research and looked back on it. By the way, there was a couple of things from like the 70s that the old man got arrested for indecent exposure one time and stuff like that. But I found nothing that he was like the town rapist or anything. So that was crazy. You can't hurt. That was wild.
Perhaps he was drunk and his dick was out. It sounds like that's common up there.
That seems very common. So either way, there you go. Wow. That is West Virginia. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, definitely go to whatever app you're listening on. Give us 5 stars. It helps a lot. ShutUpAndGiveMeMurder.com is a website. You can get tickets, but no tickets are left right now. Tickets will be available for 2026 in December, so keep an eye out for that. Also, Patreon, or social media, actually. Yeah. You want to follow on Instagram at Smalltown Murder, on Facebook at Smalltown Pod. Patreon.com/Crime in Sports is where you get the bonus material. Anybody $5 a month or above, you get it all. A whole back catalog, hundreds of episodes you've never heard, new ones every other week, including this week, Crime in Sports, Team Relocations Part 2, Smalltown Murder, American Prison System, the whole thing from where it started, where it is now, and then we're going to do Charles Starkweather in 2 weeks after that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait for that. And you get everything, of course, and you get everything ad-free, and you get a shout-out at the end of the regular show. Patreon.com/Crime in Sports. Do that. Head over to ShutUpAndGiveMeMurder.com if you want to follow us on social media. All the drop-down menus take you where you want to go. That's it. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been amazing. Yeah. And until next week, everybody, it's been our pleasure.
Bye.